Hi everyone, it's TJ. Welcome to my channel today for a special update video. I'm very tired today, so I'm not going to be on screen, but there are some updates that I think all of you would like to hear. So we're going to start with Jamie Kaiwai. So we're at newshub.co.nz. Jamie Kaiwai disappearance. Investigators find photos showing her car was moved after she went missing. This was released just 5 hours ago, so 7th of September. It's been 2 years since Jamie Kaiwai disappeared from Tolaga Bay, but her whānau remains as determined as ever to find out what happened. They have raised money to hire 2 former detectives to investigate, and what they have found may upend the case. The police have always maintained that while explained Kaiwai's disappearance from Tolaga Bay on October 10th, 2019 is not suspicious. They believe she most likely died in the sea. But cousin Janique has always believed Jamie's disappearance is suspicious, and she's run multiple social media campaigns to try and find what happened. This chick has been all over Facebook. Every day, or just about every day, I see posts from her. She works really hard. She says, I can't accept the lack of investigation into the case. I can't let go because there's too much wrong, she says. The investigator hired by the family, former Detective Hamish Kerr, agrees. He says, there are issues that are problematic, primarily around the scenes that the police have looked at, particularly Jamie's car, and he told that to the Hui. Jamie's car was found at Tolaga Bay Wharf on October 13th, 2019, 3 days after she went missing. The investigators now have 2 photographs showing the vehicle in the car park on the evening of October 10 and also again on October the 12th. But the car was parked in different spots both times, meaning someone moved it after Jamie disappeared. So this is really good information. I mean, the family have been fighting the police for so long because they think that the police bungled up their investigation and just brushed it off and said she died somewhere else in the sea or whatever, and that there was nothing suspicious about that case. But I'll link my story below. I'll have all the information, all the links below that you need to have a look at. Kerr says the photographs bring up a lot more questions, and they need the public to come forward to build an accurate timeline of her movements. October 2019 was particularly busy in Tolaga Bay, with the Tuia 250 celebrations taking place. Police say their investigation remains open and active, however at this time it's not being treated as suspicious. Once the investigation has concluded, the matter will be referred to the coroner. Police say they continue to liaise closely with the family and encourage anyone with information about the lead-up to Jamie's disappearance that may assist the investigation to call 105. The family's investigators are also asking anyone who took photos from October the 10th to October the 13th to phone 0800 123 114. I'll have those details in the description box below, so if you think you've got any information or any photos, please contact the investigators. Let's move on to our next story. This is exciting news. Yesterday I recorded a video about a young 3-year-old autistic boy missing in Australia, in rural Australia, and just a couple of hours after I released that, he was found. So absolutely amazing. We're looking at smh.com.au. This was released yesterday. 3-year-old AJ sat in a creek bed cupping water to his face about 500 metres from where he had vanished while playing with his brothers 3 days earlier. Rescuers in a helicopter had spotted his small movements from above. A crew member radioed back the 4 words AJ's family and scores of volunteer searchers had been hoping to hear, "I've got the boy." Just amazing. AJ's parents, Anthony and Kelly, reported their son missing from their home on Yengo Drive at Putty, southwest of Singleton, in the Hunter Valley at 11:30 a.m. on Friday. His disappearance sparked a large-scale search for the toddler, who is non-verbal and has autism. As the search grew, so did theories about what could have happened to the boy. The family feared AJ may have been kidnapped, as he rarely left his mother's side. They said they had seen a white ute driving by their rural property about the same time AJ disappeared. On Sunday, police seized a ute from a rural property about 80 k's from AJ, or from where he was last seen. Police also searched an abandoned shack about 1 kilometre from their family's farm after receiving reports that a member of the public heard sounds they thought could be a child screaming or crying. But then at 11:30 a.m. on Monday, as a police helicopter was heading off to refuel, the crew spotted him. AJ was found about 470 metres from the family property in the creek bed that had been searched in the days before. New South Wales Police Superintendent Tracy Chapman said AJ's movements as he drank from the creek had drawn the attention of the police helicopter crew. Moments after AJ was seen, State Emergency Service volunteers rushed to him. The SES member who first reached AJ, one of 385 volunteers to join rescue efforts, placed a hand on the boy's shoulder and comforted him before the child smiled at his rescuer. They embraced at that moment, Simon Merrick said. AJ turned towards him with a massive smile on his face, and his rescuer will not forget. His father had been searching the creeks and bushland at the other end of Putty when the good news came through. He says, "It's amazing. My leg, my hips, my ankles, I can't walk. I've been in the bush for 4 days with no sleep. We didn't stop," he said, "but he is alive." New South Wales ambulance paramedic Gary Pike described AJ as a little survivor. He said, "For a little AJ, everything was on his side," he said. "He persevered, he had a will to survive, and he certainly showed that." He said AJ had some lacerations on his lower legs. His temperature was most likely helped by him sitting in the water, and he had a bit of nappy rash. He was very, very thankful. You could see that in his eyes, Pike said. AJ slept in the back of the ambulance for about an hour and a half while being checked over before waking up and eating 3 slices of pizza and a banana. Oh, what a gorgeous wee man. How cute. He was taken to Maitland Hospital as a precaution and for observation. He was also checked for any infections after he drank water that was possibly contaminated. The family had moved from Sydney to the Hunter region with their 4 sons near the end of June for a 3-month stint after Mr. Elfalak's work as a plumber dried up during lockdown. Godfather Alan Hasham lives on the farm next door. Mr. Hasham told 9/9 today on Monday morning that the day AJ vanished was a typical afternoon. The mother was preparing lunch. I was assisting, sitting in the hammock. The kids were outside playing. The 2 eldest boys, Michael and Patrick, were in charge of looking after their brother, although their father was also outside fixing one of the quad bikes, he said. The eldest boy needed to go to the bathroom. He took AJ, who he was babysitting at the time, while the mum was preparing the lunch, and he left him just inside the dining area. After a few minutes, the boys came out and entered through the other part of the house, and the mother goes, "Where's AJ?" We instantly dispatched all the terrain vehicles, 4 of them, and just covered about 1,000 metres each direction. AJ's aunt, Marola Sawan, said she had slept on a pool table because the house had been filled with searchers on Sunday night. Goodness me. Ms. Sawan extended her thanks to the New South Wales Police, the SES, and other volunteers who had searched tirelessly. At 2 a.m, I was looking out and saw flashing lights. Our SES workers, they took the search for AJ personally, she said. I think now is the time for reflection. We are tired. No one has slept. At the end of the day, our boy is back. On Monday evening, AJ's family released a final statement thanking those who helped reunite their family. Our family is together again. For that, we are grateful to everyone who has assisted in any way over the last 3 days, the statement said. AJ is fine. Hold your kids close. And that's a great thing to say. Hold your kids close. Okay, we're going to look at the next update, which is not so happy, unfortunately. So this is an update about a missing woman in Christchurch, an elderly woman. Body found in Christchurch, Port Hills, believed to be missing woman. This is from stuff.co.nz, and this was released yesterday, 6th of the 9th. Police have found a body believed to be that of an elderly woman who has been missing for nearly 2 months in Christchurch's Port Hills. A member of the public found the body near Bridle Path, not far from the entrance to Littleton Tunnel, on Monday morning. We believe we know the identity of the person, but the formal identification process is ongoing, a police spokesperson said. Stuff understands police believe the body to be that of Shirley Warrington, an 85-year-old grandmother who went missing in July. Warrington's son-in-law, Wayne Colville, speaking about 30 minutes after the family was alerted, said it was still not 100% the body was Warrington. Police were checking brooches and clothing to make a positive identification. He said, "It is strange she was not found far from where they were looking. It's just unbelievable. But we are happy as a family she appears to have been found. We've got some closure. She went missing almost exactly 8 weeks ago." It is believed Shirley and her husband Wally drove to Burnham after leaving their Burwood home about 6 p.m. on Saturday, July 10. The family alerted police an hour later, and an officer spoke to the couple in Rolleston before giving them directions back to Christchurch. It appears the couple then got lost, ending up in Ferry Road and then turning right at the Dyers Road roundabout towards the Littleton Tunnel about 8:30 p.m. Family believe Shirley got out of the car in Ferrymead to seek help with directions, but did not return. The next confirmed sighting of the car was at 10:19 p.m. at the junction of Bridle Path and Ferry Roads. Then 10 minutes later in Morehouse Ave, Shirley was not in the car, and Wally was seen in Pages Road about 8:30 a.m. on July 11th, after which he drove home. And, this is very confusing in some ways, and I will link the video I done about Shirley going missing in the description box below, along with everything else. Police suspended their extensive search 3 days after Warrington disappeared, but the community had not given up looking. A search for Shirley Facebook page was being used to coordinate searches in the Rolleston, Ferrymead and Burwood areas, and we'll take a look at that in a moment. But guys, before Christchurch went into lockdown, so many people in the Christchurch community came out and supported this family and searched and searched and searched. It was one of the most compassionate responses I have seen for a long time in Christchurch for a missing person, and it was just amazing. So this is the Search for Shirley Facebook page, and I'm just going to read a quick post from the family. "Thank you to everyone for your kind words and support after hearing the news that a body has been found in the Port Hills area, likely being Shirley. We are still waiting on the police to give us the proper confirmation that it is our Shirley they have found. We don't mind discussion around this, but please be patient and respectful of others." And I totally understand that. I know that we have got a respectful bunch of members in the New Zealand Mysteries community. If you can help support the channel with a $3 coffee, please go to buymeacoffee.com/NZ Mysteries. Come and join our Facebook community. It's fantastic. Thank you very much for coming along with me on my journey. I appreciate each and every one of you. It's amazing. Please stay safe, be kind to one another, and be kind to yourself. I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.